This is a Solomon Island aquatic forest frog. And what's cool about this is that this is a frog that doesn't look too remarkable for people who are used to frogs here in North America, right? This is a frog that looks kind of like a bullfrog. It's got webbing between the toes. It's clearly a frog that jumps into water when you go around it and disturb it in its habitat. It's a frog that lives around water and jumps into water like all the frogs in rivers and ponds around here. The amazing thing about that is that all of that aquatic morphology and ecology has re-evolved after being lost fairly recently in frog history. This frog's closest relatives are these little frogs that are this big and are fully terrestrial and don't live around water at all. So this is a frog that, when you think about frogs, there have been several occasions in the evolutionary history of frogs where they've moved away from an aquatic lifestyle and lived an entirely terrestrial lifestyle. So this is a frog that lives in water and then gets out of water to lay eggs, which is the opposite of frogs here in North America. So it's really cool. It's the reverse frog, right? I just think that's amazing. So that is why this is the coolest frog in the world. It's
just as cool of a story. It's a species that we described in 2010, and it represents just the third known species of monitor lizard whose diet is at least halfway comprised of fruit. So the vast majority of monitor lizards are scavenging carnivores, active foragers looking for small rodents or invertebrate prey, things like that. But three species, all of which occur only in the Philippines, half of their diet consists of fruit. And these guys will actually eat giant land snails and things like that as well. So they've got unique dentition. The teeth are different than any other monitor lizards. They've actually got a unique digestive tract to digest the plant matter and the fruits that they consume. And with this one, it had basically, even though it's a giant lizard for the most part, it had gone unknown to science until the early 2000s. And it was only through the appearance of a photograph that somebody had snapped in the jungle, basically, in the northern part of the Philippines, that we had any indication that something this big was still lurking in the forest unknown to science.